Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we are going to work on a necklace using our Bargain Bead Box Mountain Majesty. Now, this is actually going to have to be done in 2 days. We'll start it, but we won't be able to finish it until tomorrow. And I'll show you why. Let's turn down and we'll get to it. Now I've got all kinds of things out here. Here's the carabiner clasp. This is not going to be used as a clasp. It's going to be used as a connector. And we're going to, let's get all our beads pushed to one side here. We're going to take our mountain charm, and we're going to pendant, and we're going to glue it onto our donut with some E6000. So then, of course, it's going to have to dry for 24 hours. Once it dries, we'll put a jump ring, or we'll wire wrap straight to that if we can, and to our loop. And then we're going to take one of our nuggets, and we're going to wire wrap the nugget to this, and then up to our carabiner. So that's going to be the pendant part of it. Then we're going to take some of our paperclip chain here. We're going to use 3 rings, and we're going to hook that into there on one side, and then we'll do it, of course, on the other side as well. And then we're going to have multiple 3-link chunks here of our paperclip chain, because then what we're going to do is we're going to take and use our little guy here, one of these, another nugget here, and then we're going to maybe able to get some, like a 2 for wire wrap in there. That might be good. But as we go along, we're going to do this like so, and then between the 3 links of paperclip chain. So we're just going to go up the line like so, and then 3 more links of paperclip chain, this pattern, and so on until we get to the length that we want it to be. So I'm thinking I'm just going to probably just use these as they are, get out my looper and the loop, and we'll just use it like we'll just use simple links to put this all together. But one of the first things we need to do, of course, is to glue that piece on so that it can dry. So let's just get our silicone mat out here. We'll just put it right over the top of stuff. And we'll get our E6000, and we will glue that pendant piece right down onto our donut. It's just like so. And then, as long as we keep the loop free enough, we can still use the loop from our pendant to attach. I have a glop here. Just a second. I need to get a paper towel and get this off. I think I got the glop. So we're going to just glue, like I said, glue this Obviously I didn't get the glop because there it is right there. Now, if we get extra and we make a mess, which sometimes happens, and that's fine, we'll have a there, got the glop that time, I'm pretty sure. We can pull this off, the excess glue off before it gets all the way dry. So now I want this to face, oops, come here you. I'm getting more glue on myself, not good. But like I said, if we wait a while, we can get it back off again. So we'll just put this down on here. Get it where we want it pretty much here. Okay. Now this has to sit aside to dry for a while. So I'm going to grab my drying tray that I use when I make hair barrettes, and we will put it in here. So it's going to need to dry. So we are going to we're going to be done playing with that piece temporarily. This is our nugget that we're going to put between the two. And so we're not going to need that one right now. But what we are going to need is at least, about 8 to 10 pieces of 3-inch pieces or 3-link pieces of chain. And since this is a soldered chain, unfortunately, and it's stainless steel, or it is steel, whatever you want to call it, we're going to have to cut those with memory wire cutters, and we're going to sacrifice links. Here's the first one. I hate having to sacrifice these links because this is really nice chain, but there's no other way to do this since the links are soldered. Four. Five. Oops, I think I have both sides. There we go. There's 6. I think I'm just going to cut 8. I think I'm going to want 10, but we'll just cut 8 for right now. And if we need the other 2, then we can for sure, then we can get them. I don't want to have to cut this and then find I didn't need that as many. Okay, there is 8. We'll put the rest of the chain aside, and then if we need it, we will have it to make 2 more links if we need to, or sets of links. So there are those 8. So then we're just going to make a bunch of these, and we'll hook them to our paperclip chain. To make a really cool pattern of beaded lengths. One, 2, 3. Where's its hole? Come here, baby. There we go. That one's misshapen. Oh no, that's one of the. That's one of my nuggets. It's not one of the beads. It's enough. The color's almost the same color, so it's figured out. So we just want to make a whole bunch of these up. So as soon as we have all of these done up, we'll get our looper out and make our loops. And then we'll start opening said loops up and hooking them up to our chain. Or you can do them with jump rings if you prefer that way. So we have 6 of these done. I think there's probably enough beads for 9 or 10 of them. But we're going to just start with these 6, get the looper out. We'll loop up these, and then we'll start hooking them to our paper clip chain. We'll see how long they end up being. So there's one. Now see, these never seem to close quite all the way for me, so I'm going to take my and wrap it up a little bit more. And we'll just keep on going on till we get these done. And then, like I say, we'll hook them to the paper clip chain I have cut, and we will see where we're at. Two. Now, if you wanted, you could just use beading wire and crimp these onto the onto your paper clip chain that way. Three. Four. Ooh, come on, you go in there. That one didn't do it all. So let's wondering if we cut too much wire off here, because it seems to have cut quite a bit more than normal. I think we did. Weird. Never had that happen before, but we'll just take it off and put it on a different wire here. In the meantime, let's do this one. Usually I get left with a little gap rather than with nothing there. That one's pretty good. We'll quickly put this one back together so we'll have the 6 to put together here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and last one. Strangely enough, I broke 2 of my these today. One when I was making the earrings. I broke a crystal. And one when I was making this one, obviously. So now we want to get our regular pliers. We're going to start opening up the ends and putting on our paper clip chain. And we'll just close our little loop back up, just like if it was a jump ring or something. This one's not closing very well though. Come on, baby. So we'll look like this as we go along. Now I'm just going to do half of what we have here, and then we'll see how long they are, because this is going to hook to the uh-oh. Wow, my wire just broke. That surprises me, but well, we'll have to do that one up again too. Some of these wires are a little older, so they're in my stash. I don't usually use eye pins very often, so I am assuming they're just getting too old and getting brittle. Hopefully, if they're going to break, they do it right now, because we don't want to do it after we've got them all put together and have a nice necklace. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're only going to put one more on this side before we quit and work on the other side. And hopefully no more will break, but if they do, we'll just redo them. Oops, I'm trying to open it from the wrong side. Come on, you. Just drop down. There we go. There's one side done, this far anyway, and it is a little over 9 inches, so if we want it longer than 18, we will need one more set. It's going to hook onto our carabiner now, like so. This opens, and we're going to hook on this side. And then we'll close her back up so we don't lose it off of here. Now we could just, since I think I want another set, I could just put this on and then the other chain, and then we'll just cut some more later or as we go along. So let's just open up this one. Actually, I like this one. I want it to be towards the front. So we're going to make a few more of these up. I think I'm going to put this one that's about the same color as the purple beads towards the back. So maybe that's the one we'll work on right now. Oops, I got two. Because it looks so much like the purple. I think we'll put it towards the back, and then we won't know the difference so much. So let's do this one up. See, wasn't there another one we needed to do up again? Or did I already take that out? I think I already took it out. So up here and around and down. And there we go. This one, again, is not quite closed, but that's all right because we're going to hook it onto the chain anyway. Open it back up that little bit. And hook it onto this chain. Close it. There we go. Now we'll open up this side and put it on the chain. And this side, oh, this one just broke too. Boy, that's not good. It's not good at all. Well, that took this one apart. So let's see, this one is done up. But we just need to get a few more done up. So it's very strange that some of these are breaking. Obviously these are cheaper eye pins. I don't buy eye pins anymore, hardly ever, so these are older ones and probably are cheaper ones. Okie dokie, let's try this again. After I get this all finished, I'll probably give it a few tugs to make sure that it's not going to break anywhere else. So, now see, that's a little lower down than with a little more space than, and that's more like what I'm used to when I do these guys up with the looper. But see if this guy's gonna behave now. I obviously am gonna have to get some more eye pins out. Some of them are better than others, I've noticed, so let's hope for the best. And we'll open you up. Weirdly enough, I frequently find the place it breaks is where their own the eye pin was made, with, you know, with the eye. No, I didn't say come off. Well, these, oh, there's one. There's one. I was going to say, these all seem to be good, but that very last one there had to prove me wrong, didn't it? So we'll pull it back off. And we'll put one of these other ones we've made in here to finish this side off. And hopefully these will hold good. Let's see which side is the open on this side over here. So we'll open this one, put her back on here. Come on, you. Come on, let me get hold of you. Come on, go in there. Now let's tug again. Okay. Now we all seem to be good. So now this side is done other than the hardware. So let's see how long it ends up being with 5 links. Yeah, 5 sets of links. So that's 12. So it'll be 24 when we're finished. Actually closer to 25 probably, because we will be putting on the we're going to put a lobster claw on the back here, because we are not going to use that carabiner as the clasp. It is going to be a connector, and we're just going to lock it closed. So we can put this side away for right now, and we are going to need 3 more links of chain. But in the meantime, let's put this one on, and then we will get started on the other, making the other ones. Oop. And when I get these all done, I will do the test these by doing that yank I did on the other side, where, as you could see, they did not want to, some of them wanted to break. Oops, I forgot my spacer. So four, so we only need to make one more, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, one more. So we'll get out another eye pin since I appear to have used them all. And get this last one put together that we are going to need. I think I just brought out this many in case I decided that we're going to need another one. That's a weird hanging one. I think we'll change that one out. Or maybe this pretty guy here. And oops, forgot the spacer. Now all the spacers are, of course, from my stash. The rest of them are, the other beads are all from the kit, including our paperclip chain. In fact, I think the only thing I've put in here so far is the spacers and the eye pins. Oh, come on, you. Come off of there. Why are you sticking? There we go. Now, we have the 3 sets more of these that we need. I'll keep my loopers here because, hey, some of these are breaking, obviously, so we don't want to we don't need this. We're done with this rose. Don't grab the other side. You want to grab this side. So we'll just open these up, put them on their chain, and if they break, we'll get some more eye pins out. And we do need to cut a couple more pieces of chain, obviously, because this is the last of what we have here. So So we do need to cut a couple more pieces of the chain, and we'll get that done right now. So we need 3 links, and we need our memory wire cutters. So we cut 1, 2, 3 links right here, and we'll cut 2 of these. So there's one cut, and we'll get this second one cut right now. So this is our second one that we needed, and that's all we need, or it should be all we need. So we can put the rest of this chain away again. Now we'll put this piece, this side, onto one of the chains. Okay, I got a new wire so we can get this last one put together here. So there we go. We've got the 4 sections just like we do on the other side. Now let's give them tug tests. Make sure those wires are going to hold. Those look good. So now what we're going to do is we open our little carabiner back up. And we slide this last chain up onto here again. Now we'll close this up again, and this is our 2 sides of our necklace going up the back. So here's our back up over here, and this is what they look like now that we've got this portion finished. So now what we want to do is we're going to measure it. Now, of course, this is our centerpiece. This is a part of the pendant, so it's not counting in our measurement. So we just want to grab one of these chains, and it is at 12 inches. So let's see, where's my lobster claws at? Right here. Now we'll check to make sure that this is good. Sometimes they're not. That one's fine. So we can put this second one back in the bag, and we'll go on from there. I hope I got 2 of these. I don't need 2, just 1. So one of these will go on to the side with the big one will go on to the side with the chain. Open that up, and we'll just put that onto there. We wouldn't really need it because the chain is plenty big enough for the lobster claw. I just wanted to put it on so it's obviously the ending. We'll put this little one on this side with the lobster claw. Now I could have used a magnetic clasp. I didn't think of that at the time. And I may change it to one, you never can tell. But there is this part of our necklace finished. Come on, you go like this. So we're done for today. We got to wait till our pendant finishes drying and see if we need to clean any glue off. And if we do, we need to do that. And tomorrow, when we come back, we will hook our last nugget here with our pendant in between, and then hook it onto here and tighten this up good. And then it will be done. That's what we're doing with it. Isn't that pretty? So we'll see you tomorrow. So it's, with the hardware, it's about 24 inches, maybe a teeny bit more. And so that's a good length, I think. I don't think we need to have it any longer than that. And tomorrow when we come back and the pendant is dry, piece is dry all the way, we'll put this last few pieces together with this down here, and well, here's the pendant, but I got to clean some glue up off of it, so it's going to look like so. And I think that's going to look really cool. So there is our necklace. Portion 1 is finished, and then we just have to do clean this glue, and tomorrow we'll put it, when it is definitely all dry, we will put it together the rest of the way. So like I say, I'm gonna sit here and clean some of this glue off. See, it's got glue around, a little extra glue around the mountain, so we want to get off as much as we can of that excess, and just get in here with my pliers and pull some of it off. I want to be careful though, we don't want to scratch anything all up. So anyway, I'm going to work on getting this glue cleaned off. I don't think you're going to care how I do that, so well, maybe you do a little bit. We're just going to get hold of any loose pieces along the edge with the tweezers and give it a tug to pull it off. See how I've got a little bit right here? So we'll just get hold of it with the tweezers if we can and pull it off. Now you can't do this when the E6000 is totally dry. You want to give it at least 15-20 minutes before you try it though, or it'll be just a glop. But yeah, I'm going to just get some of this off so that when we come back tomorrow, it's all ready to put together. Hi folks, here we go. It's time to finish up our necklace. We started yesterday, if you'll recall, our paperclip chain necklace. So let's turn down and we will get finished with it. Okay, here is our pendant that we glued our pretty mountain pendant onto. I think that turned out really nicely. See if we can get some better light on there. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then I've got the nugget that we were going to put in between, and I've got a little piece of wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend this over, and we're going to make a small loop. When you bring this over, leave yourself a gap. I'm hoping that this won't fight me going under through our little loop here, but we will find out in just a moment. Oh, no problem whatsoever. She went right on. So now we want to wrap this loop up. So I'm going to grab it right here, switch my hand, and then we're going to wrap this 2 or 3 times. It wants to raise up. We don't want it to do that, so we'll move it back down. And this is wrap number 3. Since I want this to stay mainly in the back, I'm going to cut this off right here, this little teeny bit of extra, and we're going to tuck that in. Now you can see it's gone quite crooked since I did that, so we're going to straighten that up by holding onto it and just pushing it back into place. That's good. There we go. So now we're holding on here. Now we're going to drop our nugget onto here. We can find the hole. There it is. And there, that's going to sit like here. Now we're going to wrap it up again, but we want to wrap this way because it's going to go onto our carabiner. So we'll pull it this way. And now we're going to go with the second rather than the first. We're going to go with the second because the carabiner is pretty large and we want it to fit on there pretty well. Now, right now I have a choice. Do I want to just put it right on there or just wait till I have it wrapped and then just put it on through the clasps link? And that's what we're going to do because that's the simplest. So we'll just wrap this baby up. Now this wanted to go down a little bit. I didn't push my wire up, which I should have done to make sure it stayed in the place I wanted it. It's trying to wrap on itself here. We don't want it to do that. So now, in case you're wondering, I've noticed that there's a little bit of a bulge there, so it's didn't wrap quite right. In fact, it wrapped pretty crappy, it looks like. And I don't like it, so since I still haven't got it trimmed and tucked and I can grab hold of it, I'm going to unwrap it. Now, you'll find that the wire's all crinkly, but it's not, doesn't really matter because it will still wrap. You just have to make sure that it's wrapping straight, which it wasn't when I just did this. See this bubble right here? This is what I'm objecting to right here. So we'll fix that, and it still wanted to go down there, so we want to redo it. Now we're going to bring it around. Now see, we dropping again, so we don't want it dropping, so we'll go to both sides and push it up. Now it's also trying to wrap around itself, I think, here. So we don't want it to do that either, so we bring it back until it's not. Oops. No going anywhere else. So, it's a little trickier to do a wrap after you've wrapped and then unwrapped, but it's possible, obviously, since I just did it. And I think that's where we can end there, and we'll trim this excess off. There we go. Tuck it in. See, it's a little crooked right here, but not too atrocious, so I'm not going to worry about it too much because it's going to be going inside onto the carabiner, so it's not going to be seen that much. So let's make sure we're still all straight. Unfortunately, we're not. See how that's a little curled down there at the bottom now? Okay. Okay, now that we have got our wire pretty straight, to my standards anyway. Let's see if it is. Maybe could go a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. So now we'll open our carabiner back up. And you'll see it just has a tiny gap there, but it's big enough to take this wire. So then we'll tighten it back up. That tiny gap is one of the reasons why I decided not to use this as a clasp, because it is pretty tiny. But we'll put our pendant now on the necklace and we're all done. Isn't that pretty? So I think it turned out pretty nice, even with the fail of a lot of the eye pins, so that I had to redo quite a bit of it. But there we go. So there we go. She's all finished. Isn't she pretty? Oh, come on, Link. Stop pulling it to that side, to like that. So I really like how the mountain stainless steel mountains looked against the donut. The carabiner makes a good drop piece. And there we go. All finished. So this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and this gorgeous necklace was made using pieces from our Mountain Majesties collection. Now it's long enough, I believe, you could probably just flip it over your head. Yep, it is. But it does have the jump ring if you want to do that. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I think it turned out rather nicely. I can pull it up so you can see it better. Can't see it on my Ireland shirt too well. So like so. So there we go. There is our gorgeous necklace made from the Bargain Bead Box Mountain Majesties. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.